Get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to a KV-220 replay. This is one of mine. This is from patch 8.10 and it's mines, and I'm top tier, which is nice. You don't see the KV-220 around that often. It was on sale at, I think, Christmas, and before that you could only get it if you were... Now, I can't remember if it was if you were in the beta or if it was one of the pre-sale tags, but it was something along those lines. And basically, past Christmas was the first time that you had the opportunity to get one of these in quite a while. So I took it, and I've played it a few times. I don't take it out that regularly, but it's one more Russian heavy tank to train up my KV-5 crew in, so it does get played on a reasonably regular basis. In theory, it's got very, very troll hull armour because it's got 100 front and sides, but that's kind of the selling point of this tank. Of course, it's a premium, so there's a letdown, and the letdown is the fact that it's got 75mm turret armour. It's also got a 76mm gun, although it's better than the stock gun that it is supposedly, you know, the gun that it supposedly is, which is the 76mm that's on the KV-5. This actually has better penetration, so that is... It's not as bad as, say, the Excelsior or the T14, which I think have 92 average pen. This has got 99 average pen. Doesn't sound like that much more, but when you consider those are the average pen numbers, it does actually make quite a big difference. So I'm totally going to abuse the hull here. That's a derp KV-1, but I'm just... This is a pretty risky manoeuvre, but I think I can get away with it. Now, KV-1 does track me, and this is my good crew in here. This is my KV-4 crew. I should emphasise that. So, brothers in arms, plus gun rammer, plus I think vents as well. So they repair really quickly, but I didn't... You know, there's tank destroyers as well back there, maybe there's artillery, so I don't want to take the risk too much. So I'm just side-scraping against the Tilde. Did actually bounce one shot off him, but I know where to aim roughly on a Tilde, so that wasn't too difficult. Now, I didn't really lose much health there, and this thing has nearly as many hit points as the Churchill 3, so you've got quite a nice health pool to play with as well. Because it's a lesser seen premium tank, not that many people know that the turret is the big weak spot. Although, having said that, bear in mind, this is only 100 hull armour. There's plenty of tanks around at tier 5 that have more than 100 penetration, so it's not like it's totally magical. And then when you're in a tier 6 battle, because this can see tier 6s, you get penetrations of, you know, 170, 175, 212 pen if you come across an ARL 44 or an ARL V39. So, yeah, the armor's good, and it's probably the best tier 5 side scraper, but it's not like it's magic. Now, this is kind of 5-7. This could go either way at this point, so I've noticed the other flank is a bit, yeah, okay, oh, T49 is trying for some sneaky shots. Goodbye, T49. He did put one in me, but fortunately no more than that. I'm going to assist the other flank because it looks like they need assistance. Now that VK is one to be cautious of, because if he's got the Cornish gun, and I will probably call it the Cornish gun until the day I die, even though they changed the name, he doesn't actually have the Cornish, and he's also got pretty poor armour, so I don't really need to worry about that guy. The other enemy heavy on this side, however, is the Churchill 1, and if that guy's got the top gun, 145 average pen, which is more than enough for the front armour. Even if I'm angled, you know, if I can side scrape off something, that's fine, but definitely more than enough for the turret, and definitely more than enough for the hull. So I'm going to try and get down here. I know he's there, and wow, yep, GG, not driving. Like I said, it's a good thing it's my good crew in this thing, because they've got repairs. So, just gonna, you know, I know I can pen him without the use of gold ammo, and I do actually bounce a shot there, but then this guy is at least half decent, because he just starts penning my lower front plate, and no matter how much I angle, it's not going to stop 145 average pen. You know, I might get a lucky bounce or two, but no. He only bounced this first one because it was a kind of a rushed shot off my upper front plate, and after that, you can see there, row holes in my lower front plate. So that guy knew what he was doing. I'm alive though, he isn't. I've got a little bit of health left. The enemy team, the artillery is the big threat, and T1 heavy depends how good they are. Stug kind of depends what gun they've got. The derp gun will ignore my armour, and you know, if they get a decent roll, then that's that. T40 could also be the derp gun, but the T40 is camping all the way back at the A4 spot, so that's probably not a factor right now. T1 Heavy, however, I suspect, and there he is, I suspected he was coming round. Our T1 Heavy at least has got most of his health left. We're reasonably artillery safe, and look at our UE-57's got... he's looking a bit battered, and yeah, there we go. Panzer 3A takes him. He didn't have much left. So my priority is actually the T1 Heavy, but then I spot the enemy UE, or somebody else spots him rather. And actually, I want to take that guy out because he's got 110 pen with his top gun, and if he shoots my turret, then, you know, or gets a lucky roll against my side armor. So there we go, T1 Heavy, his upper front plate's proving a bit troll, so I switched to the gold ammo, and I don't actually carry that many rounds of gold, unlike the Excelsior and the T14, where I've got, like, I don't even know how many, but it's like 25, 30 rounds gold ammo in both of those. In this, I don't really have much, because you don't need it against that many targets. But against that T1 Heavy, it kind of did prove necessary, because that thing's actually got pretty decent frontal armour itself. That's what, 85, 86 mil armour, and this is not a particularly accurate gun, so my attempts to get his weak spots on the upper front plate, that strip of armour underneath the turret, weren't really successful. Anyway, approaching 1800 damage, not bad, 5 kills. I'd quite like a top gun. There's that Stug, the T40's also moved, so basically the last 3 tanks, and it would be nice if I could bag at least one of them to get the top gun. The T49 is... it's hard to tell exactly where he is, but it looks like he's trying to stay safe behind buildings. Peeks out for a shot at probably the T40, but finishes the guy off. So I've still got 2 more chances to get a top gun here. We've definitely won at this point. We'd have to do pretty badly to lose against a single Stug. Now, on the off chance that the Stug has, I don't know, come down, is maybe hiding behind the cap, I have a kind of a... I don't know, I pause here just to see if I get lit up. If my sixth sense pings off, I'll know he's there, but it doesn't, so I press forward again. He's still in A4, exactly where he was last spotted, and there he is. So, can I get this guy? Now, this has got a quite nice rate of fire, this gun, and the extra penetration. You know, if the stock KV-1 gun, which I think is 86, 90 pence, something like that. You know, it is actually way better than the stock KV-1S gun. Anyway, there's my top gun. KV-1S gun? Wow, the KV-1 gun. Same difference. And I mentioned nail artillery as well, so 7 kills. Not bad. So let's take a look at the score screen for that one. Now that was a steel wall, a sniper, and a top gun. That was pretty decent result. I fired off a whole lot of ammo there, and unsurprisingly, top score. Our T49 did alright though, 1200 damage. The rest of the team, there is quite a big drop off. I definitely think I earned my keep in that particular one. And if you're top tier in this tank, you can actually do quite a lot, depending on the enemies you're facing. Because like I said, there's still more than enough tanks around that can hurt you, even with your decent armour. You know, very decent for tier 5. I did 2,223 damage, bounced nearly 2,000 damage, very little spotting or assistance damage, but most of the shots I fired actually did hit what I fired them at. It's just not all of them penned. 7 kills, 1200 XP without premium, and with 1900 times 2, so it was 3,860 XP, and that's how that crew has done quite so well, is the fact that I've been able to spread all these dailies out through from 5 now, I think 6 different tanks, or is it 5? I can't remember, but a lot of different tanks for this one particular crew anyway, and that's the secret to getting 5 crew skills with as few battles as they have. So yeah, it's alright, it's not terrible, it's not great, I wouldn't say I enjoy it as much as the Churchill 3. It's probably more capable in some circumstances, but the Churchill 3 is kind of still my go-to crew trainer for that particular crew. I don't necessarily play them in all the Russian premiums I have every day, but the Churchill 3 is the one I use most frequently, just because it has the biggest crew XP multiplier, and it's I just enjoyed playing it as well. You know, it's the reason. Well, it's one of the reasons why it's one of my most played tanks, is just because I do like playing it. I don't think I'd have managed 700 plus battles if I absolutely hated the thing. So there you go, KV-220. It's not bad. I might put up replays on it occasionally. I probably will do an actual proper review of it at some point, because it's, I think, worth doing a review of it. Just on the off chance that Wargaming decide to sell it again, maybe next Christmas, who knows, or some anniversary event. They've done it once, I don't see why they wouldn't do it again. So if you did like this video, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.